You may not believe it, but you probably see it by now. Yeah, they loaded those forklifts back on my trailer and told me to take them to Baton Rouge. Can you believe it? Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video, I'm here in New Orleans where I've just picked up a couple of those all-terrain forklifts that I carry so many of around Louisiana. And this is Monday of week 4 in the Realistic Economy series, and I'm going to be dropping these off in Houma. But first, when I get to Houma, I'm going to actually have to cross the ferry. And of course, crossing the ferry takes time, so, well, let's get started. Oh, no, not that message again. And like I said, this is first day of week 4, and checked the banking situation before I started today, and well, that loan still got a long way to go. In fact, it's currently still at about $132,000 that I owe. So, yeah, I'm not paying that thing off anytime soon. Wasn't sure if that truck over there had a green light, and I'm really not sure if it does or not because, well, AI traffic does AI traffic things, and the fact that it followed me in means that it probably did have a green light. But it saw me coming and thought that I was going to pull out in front of it, and, I just said it, AI traffic doing AI traffic things. And you can see that up there at the top, I still have the top info bar mod active here. And I noticed that one of the minimal advisor mods, yet another root advisor, has actually been updated for 1.58. But, and I tried it out. I thought it was okay, but I've never liked that design for the top bar. The design this mod uses is closer to the minimal advisor bar that PTR1CK made. And I'm guessing that PTR1CK would be pronounced Patrick. Not sure about that. And you know what they say about assuming, don't do it. So, yeah, I'll continue saying PTR1CK. Also, I'm going with the default base game mirrors now. I took off the, I forget what the name of it is, Realistic Mirror FOV or something like that. I removed that one from the, or deactivated that mod from this profile. Just trying to experiment with the base game mirror FOV. And I really can't remember what the difference was. This is obviously not a World of Trucks event because I'm now going over the 65 mile per hour speed limit. And in fact, I'm setting the cruise for 68. The head tracking is a little off there, but I think I got it centered. Also, I've deactivated the realistic brutal weather mod and am back to base game weather. I was kind of tired of the sky looking like it was smoky all the time. I had that yellowish tint to it that you get when there's a lot of smoke in the air, and I just got tired of that. And also, I'm hoping to eventually see some of the new base game rain, because I think they've improved the base game rain, and I would like to see that. In the last video, well, not the last video, in last week's final video, where I finally made it back to my garage, you could kind of see what the new garage looked like as I drove into it. And well, it's a pretty decent looking garage. It's not, be honest, the old garage, I think they probably should have kept it. It had the appearance of a worn out, older, small garage, and the new one is kind of, well, it looks new, and I think the that is the same place, I think, that I hit something last week. And I felt it in the steering wheel. I hit something. There's something in the road back there. I don't know what it is. At least it didn't bounce me up in the air this time. But anyway, I thought the older garage kind of suited the idea that you were just starting out. And the newer one, well, it looks like you're starting from a brand new garage from the beginning. But it does look good. And I see I'm already at my turn off the 4-lane here. Looks like somebody might be broke down up ahead, but well, we're on the job and don't have time to stop and help. But it looks like somebody has already stopped to help, so they'll be fine, I'm sure. I thought that truck was about to pull out in front of me, so I gave him the spooky horn. And there's a train over there to the left, going through here. Kind of a long train, but, well, that was the, end of that. Speaking of, trains, I just got a new locomotive a couple days ago. Probably won't be getting any more for a while, but, I got it on a really good sale, and, it's a little steam locomotive. I actually, made a video about it, already, and, if I can remember, I'll link that up at the, top of the screen. But, here we are at the ferry. There's a bird over there on those, pilings. Now, the problem with the, ferry is that it does take 10 minutes in both directions, but, here we go. Alright, let's, oh, no, not that message. Keep forgetting that message. But, they did make an update of, for turning those messages off completely, and I don't want to turn all the messages off. There are some that I would like to keep, even though I did realize that the Easy Pass over there works as a warning for going into way stations. I would still like to keep things for like fueling and parking dialogue and things like that. So hopefully someday they implement a system where they can, you know, pick and choose which messages will work on the screen. But, hey, open the gate, please. Thank you. Also, you might want to consider getting a different kind of light for this gate. It's got one of those ugly yellow ones. After hearing that, I'm putting my window back up. Something's screaming out there. Alright, let's see where they want me to park this load here. And of course, it's the same old parking spot that they always tell me to drop it off in. So, well, at least I know where to put it. And somebody's just kind of parked over to the side there. But I got past them, and hey, they already have one of these parked there. I'm gonna put my window down and back in. I wonder if they use that all-terrain forklift to unload the all-terrain forklifts. I don't think that would work though, because, you know, same weight and everything. Okay, so when my window finishes going up, I'll unload these and let's see what we get. Oh. For a second, I thought they had fixed the XP bar, but when it finished, it took a couple seconds, but then the yellow part turned blue. And oh well, that was nearly $900, so pretty good start to the day. Let me find another job, and I'll be right back. Well, I guess I should be surprised, but it's not really a surprise. They told me to, well, they loaded those forklifts back on my trailer and told me to take them up to Lafayette instead. So, well, that's what I'm about to do. So, back on the road again. Yeah, it seems like that happens a lot. You drop off a certain type of cargo somewhere, and they tell you to take the same cargo somewhere else. So, like that crane right there, back during the summer, I bet I towed that thing all over Oklahoma for at least a month. I mean, it got old, and then I started seeing it everywhere. And I still see it everywhere. I just saw one right there. You were there. You saw it too. But like I said, these are going just right up here to Lafayette. It's less than 70 miles. And they're paying out a pretty good amount. Not quite as much as they paid me to bring them down here from New Orleans, but that's New Orleans, horribly mispronounced. Not going to say anything to that guy. He hasn't changed that ugly yellow light on the gate. But I got to get down here to the ferry and get back across the river, and it's just right up the road. It's not very far. And also, the loan payment came out of the bank while I was getting it loaded. So pretty much everything I just made from that job is gone. But the good news is that I'll have plenty of money from this job, and also plenty of time to do one more job after this. All right, back across the river. And I just heard the train in the distance, so they'll probably be gone before I get to the track, so that will work out okay. nothing coming either direction, so that's good. I would hate to make the train come to a complete stop, but anyway. Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but it turns out that if something, a vehicle, either AI or your own, is on the train track, the train will just come to a complete stop if it happens to come by. Not very realistic. And there goes the train. And right now I'm at level 8. Hopefully, maybe I get to level 9 today. I don't know. But I was looking in the trailer for sale and saw that the lowboy trailer, the basic lowboy, is you have to be level 12 to buy one. And they're pretty expensive, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to afford one. Even if I sell the trailer I've got right now. Well, oh well. I did see that the, oh, was that a brake check? No. That was an AI car that saw that there was an off-ramp and thought that it needed to slow down. Yeah, well, anyway. So I did notice that there was at least one job back there that was delivering Bobcats. Or Bobcat brand equipment, but it was going to Texas, and I'm not leaving the state until I've reached level 10, so time for some creative storytelling. So the former bank employee who gave me the loan also gave me the advice to not take jobs out of state until I reach level 10. And, well, it turns out that he isn't really in hiding from the bank manager. We'll have to get in the left lane. I think that yellow thing is going to let me over. So that's nice of him. But anyway, it turns out he's not in hiding from the bank manager like I thought he was. He just really liked retiring to an unknown country outside of the United States. And that's why he wasn't worried about the fact that his pension check was still coming to him every month. So, yeah, he's not as mysterious as I thought he was. Okay, yeah, it's hard to make up creative storytelling. Oh. Especially when there's not really a need for it, but not a need for somebody to keep putting boxes in a dumpster either, but they're hard at work all the time. And that guy wasn't the only one, because, is he over there? Oh, he's right there. I was looking at the wrong dumpster. Yep. All the time, every day, rain or night, putting those old boxes into the dumpster. Interesting mural on that wall, and I almost ran this red light. Boudreaux, why didn't you warn me not to run that red light? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right, you're a stuffed bear and you don't talk. I forgot about that. Yeah. So it's only a little, well, it'll be a little, probably a little after 3:30 by the time they get this load unloaded. And hopefully I can find a short job somewhere not too far away. Now that I've visited every city in Louisiana, I'm not all that concerned about long distance. More concerned with taking multiple relatively short jobs. That way I can build up the money a little bit better, I think. Yeah, I took a screenshot and, of course, forgot to get it back in gear when I came back into the game. So that got us a chance to see a whole new pop-up message there. That was a lot to read, and I didn't actually get a chance to read most of it. So you might want to rewind and pause the video to see what all was in that message. I know I'll be doing that later, and there's a cemetery. Across from a school, it looks like. Interesting. This is a very long turn lane. And of course I got to this light just in time for it to turn red, so that means a long wait for the light in the long turn lane. And diagonally across the street is a long gray building, so interesting area here. Yeah, it's still waiting. Hopefully someday it turns green. Well, since I live here now, might as well just put it in park, right? No, of course not. There's that crane again. Let's see where to park. Oh yeah, they want me to back into the building. That's real nice of them. Okay, this isn't going to be easy. Yeah, I said that just as I made it look easy. I have no explanation for myself. Let's see what we get. Is it just me, or does pushing that button not take as long to make this window come out up as it used to? Oh well. There's another $600 so far. That makes 1,500 for today. Let me check and see if I can find another job. You may not believe it, but you probably see it by now. Yeah, they loaded those forklifts back on my trailer and told me to take them to Baton Rouge. Can you believe it? So you know what? Let's get on the road. Oh, not that message again. You know, that bugs me because I don't know how realistic that is. I mean, do the air brakes not work when the engine is turned off in a semi-truck? Because I know the brakes still work. Of course, they're hydraulic brakes on a car or pickup truck. They still work when the engine's off. And that light is green, but by the time I get to it, watch it turn. Yep. Not going to risk it. But anyway, we'll just once again wait for an entire light cycle because that's what happens now. So anyway, I was kind of hoping to get a job hauling some of the new Bobcat equipment, and it occurred to me that you may not have noticed, but SCS just put out the Bobcat DLC for both ATS and ETS2, and they were nice enough to put it in a bundle, and the bundle has it 50% off for both games. And so basically you can buy the Bobcat DLC for ATS and ETS all at once in a bundle. It's kind of hard to find, but they did link directly to it in their news article on the Steam page, actually. So you can find it through there at least, and probably somewhere else if you can't find it necessarily on the Steam page for ATS and ETS2 DLCs. But so basically you get both of them for less than $5, which is under $20, and as you know, anything over $20 to me is expensive. I'm not doing any math here, but pretty sure less than $5 is also less than 20. But that's always nice to have more branded equipment used because, some might say that you're paying for advertisement to be given to you, and I would argue that, yeah, but so many people are always screaming for immersion, more like the real world. And, we have mods, like I have the mod for realistic company names. I actually have 2 mods actually I have a third, but don't use that one in this profile. But anyway, having that branded equipment, helps with making the game feel more realistic. And yes, I am going to set the speed limit for 5 over. This 70 mile per hour zone ends. I mean, you can see the signs right here saying it goes back to 60. So I am setting it to 5 over, but that shouldn't hurt anything. But anyway. What I'm finding is that, $5 for 2 DLC bundles is not a bad deal, and someone who just got interested in model trains, and specifically in scale, wildlife making noises. It's $5 for trailers loaded with real-world equipment is a lot nicer than the prices that it costs for in-scale train cars, rolling stock as they call them. And what really amazes me is the flat cars. You would think flat cars, being basically just a block of solid plastic, would be the cheapest, but surprisingly, it seems like box cars are less expensive. Now, I do have to say that even the flat cars are less expensive than the passenger cars, which are just insane. And it's also hard to find anything that would be realistic to the mid to late 1800s. Especially the later 1800s. A lot of the Pullman cars from the early 1900s and into the mid and then later 1900s, you get into stuff like Amtrak and I don't know, it just seems like that stuff is just too expensive. And I don't know why. I guess I do know why, because apparently people pay the money, so they charge it. I'm really starting to think that if you had a 3D printer, you could probably print your own, because at in scale the details aren't going to be huge anyway, and then you could probably get decals made. Maybe I know there are decal printers that you can get that you could I made it. Basically you could make your own stuff, I'm sure a lot cheaper, and custom built the way you want it, the color you want it, paint it however you want it. But of course that requires having a 3D printer, which I don't. Maybe someday, but not now. Probably not the near future either. but that would be nice to have. You know, the Bobcat DLC we knew was coming. I'm wondering, when are we going to get some new trucks? Because ATS, it's been a while since we had new trucks, and well, it's time we started getting some W990s, I think. The what is it? The new Peterbilts, the new Kenworths, the new Volvos. I think there's a new Mack. Yeah, I think there's a new Mack Anthem actually. Lots of vehicles supposed to be worked on. There's a Ford cab over. Can't wait for the Ford cab over. I'm hoping they bring some other older trucks, classic trucks. I know there was I think was it a Scania that they were going to be adding? Gotta kind of keep up your speed going up this hill. I go across the scale here. They can weigh me while I'm moving. You know, in Farming Simulator, when you go over a scale, they have a little thing that shows your weight. That would be kind of neat if they had that in ATS. All right, let's see where to park. Okay, well, this is a horrible place to park, but I think I'll be able to. We'll go ahead and put the window down because I know I'm going to need to hang outside there to see. Now it's pretty much a blind turn here. I think I'm going to rub up against that. Maybe not. Maybe I corrected in time. Maybe I can get around it. It's nearly 7 o'clock. I don't want to be too late here. All right, well, that went pretty well. So let's see what we get. All right, yeah, as soon as I hit enter, it just goes straight to the uh, screen here, and yeah, the yellow went away. But that's another $657. That brings me up to $4,971 for the day. I think that's going to be it. I'll find a place to park for the night and be back next Wednesday. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.